The oldest remaining theatre with a permanent proscenium arch can be found in this impressive castle in Parma, Palazzo della Pilotta. It is heavily damaged during World War II. This typical picture frame stage theatre was built in 1618 by Giovanni Battista Aliotti for Ranocchio Farnese, the Duke of Parma. The wooden coat armor of the Fenices is placed above the entrance gate of the theatre. This Teatro Farnese serves as a prototype for virtually all those that were to follow during the next 300 years. So this is the oldest proscenium arch of Europe. The proscenium arcs of the foregoing theatres span more and more the entire width of the theatre hall. The ancient Roman frontscene with the Porta Regia, which is still recognizable in Teatro Farnese, disappears. The stadium-like auditorium has a seating accommodation for 4,500 spectators. Farnese is a conventional court theatre. Orchestra and auditorium are U-shaped. The colonnade of Vitruvius is replaced by two galleries. The row of statues above the colonnade is not preserved. Aliotti, the designer of this theatre, was the first who made use of movable wings. These wings became standard in Europe. In this way, the candlelight could be dipped. Apparatus for the changing of the side wings. A stage scenery from the 17th century present in the Palatina Library in Parma. It is perhaps used in the Venice theatre. In those days, such strict symmetrical perspective stage sceneries could not only be seen in theatres. With this arched vista of Palazzo Te in Mantova, a stage scenery seems to be turned into a reality. Later on, the side wings were not always placed at right angles to the stage. In 1892 again, this new Amsterdam theatre with oblique angled side wings is burned down. With this machinery in Teatro Farnese, scenery flats, but also the actors, could appear on stage from the cellar vaults. Fireworks on stage were not uncommon, as this picture shows. Not only from the cellars, one could expect all sorts of things. Many pieces of aperture were devised to let clouds move. On these moving clouds, even actors were placed. Not until 10 years after completion, Teatro Farnese was inaugurated with the spectacle play Mercury and Mars, with music composed by Monteverdi. This grandiose happening was not only enacted on stage, but also in the orchestra, where a kind of tournament was held in which 40 horsemen participated. On stage, many gods and goddesses descended and ascended by means of complex cloud constructions. Venus, with little cupids seated at the star points, came down with this two-folded star construction. Towards the end, the show reached a pinnacle, and the whole orchestra was flooded. This made it possible to carry out a kind of naval battle between, among other things, 6 dolphins mounted by knights. The animation was of course not more than a very poor reflection of the actual events. But sad to say, no pictures of this wedding party for the son of the Duke of Farnese are left behind. But perhaps the show was stolen by the flying Mercury, who, attached to only a rope, sailed down from the ceiling to the stage. Also to the ancient Greeks such a deus ex machina apparatus was already known. This crane was called a geranos, or machina. In Teatro Farnese it may have looked a little bit like this. Così